I see people that come to me all the time, Darius, I got a 700, but my utilization is at 35, 40%. If you go add those accounts that I just gave you all, you might be like, well, that's gonna drop my age, right? The way you can offset this thing is a few ways. If you ever had a late, you see it'll drop your score 100, 150 points because on-time payments is 35% of your whole profile, y'all. So when I learned about this credit, I got in a room just like this, and that's why it's so important to get in the room. So shout out to y'all for getting in this room, because some of y'all are one piece of information away from changing your whole life. For me, that thing was credit, right? I didn't have a mindset issue. I didn't have an execution problem. But when you have this credit, you're able to act now. And those who operate now, I've coached over 1,000 entrepreneurs, and the ones who execute and go on to make hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars versus the ones who don't is the ones who execute with the now mindset, all right? So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna give you all a breakdown of how you all can enhance your credit score first. Then I'm gonna give you all some plays, some actual tangible plays that you all can run to be able to start going out and getting funding. So when you go into these banks and you're looking for lending, this is the ideal profile that they're looking for. At least a 680 plus credit score, no derogatories, no late payments. So if you have any of those, we gotta clean them up. I know people be like, well, Darius, I just got one. It's still a lot. That's why if you ever had a late, you see it'll drop your score 100, 150 points. Because on-time payments is 35% of your whole profile, y'all. All right. Next thing we want to identify is strength and age. So how many primary accounts do you have reporting? Primary accounts is anything that's in your name. It could be auto loans, student loans, credit cards, lines of credit, whatever you have that's reporting your name. If you don't have enough primary accounts, what we can do is we can go add what I call credit builder accounts. This is a quick way I help all my students build their credit profiles quick. You all can check out Self, Kovo, Credit Strong, Tomo. All right. Next thing is that's important is our utilization, right? I see people that come to me all the time, Darius, I got a 700, but my utilization is at 35, 40%. Now let me ask you something. If y'all found out I owe somebody all this money and I came to you and I said, can I borrow 20,000? What you gonna say? You probably gonna say hell no, right? Right. The reason being is because why would they give you money if you haven't paid back what you owe? Credit age. All right, next thing. If you're new in credit, you might not have that age. If you go add those accounts that I just gave you all, you might be like, well, that's going to drop my age, right? The way you can offset this thing is a few ways. If you got a parent, a friend, a family member who you trust, all right, who keeps their payments low, right, who pays on time. If you have those things, what you can do is you can ask that person, can they add you as an authorized user? If you do not have somebody that you trust, what you can do is you all can check out tradelinesupply.com. And what they are is they essentially have these authorized user accounts. And you all are going to be able to go to is a tab that says sort. You can sort it by credit age or you can sort it by credit limits, right? The last thing that these business lenders are looking for is something called comparable credit. So we want our personal limit. We want to have at least 2 personal limits of at least $5,000, preferably 10 or more, because all that's going to happen is typically on the business side, what happens is they give you 2 to 3 times the amount of the personal side. So if I'm a business lender and I see you got Capital One for $2,000, Open Spark for $1,000, I'm not going to give you 30, 40,000 because I haven't seen that you've been able to handle big amounts, right? So what we want to do is we want to start with credit unions. The reason they saying that because they're giving out that money, right? Yeah. They're giving out the money and they're a lot more lenient. So those data points I just gave you, that's a picture perfect profile. But if you're around those numbers and you go to a credit union, they'll probably bless you. All right. Second reason we love credit unions is interest rates. Interest rates are typically a lot better than our traditional lenders, right? And then the third reason is they are willing to work with you, right? So you might get approved for 25,000. You might go back, you might talk to your banker. I was really looking for 30, 35. And what they'll do is they might not always give you what you want, but they'll meet you in the middle. Next play I got for you all is Service Credit Union. All right, they're going to also allow 3 products, 1 inquiry within a 90-day time frame. All right, they have 2 credit cards. Total exposure in terms of credit cards goes up to 50,000. They got one of their credit cards, maximum exposure is 20,000, and then the other one, it's up to 30,000. All right, and they're also for the third product you can pick. Traditionally, I teach my people because we're product stacking to get the money is the traditional loan. You can also swap that out for an auto loan. Now, the reason I love this credit union, y'all, we talk about 0% interest for 18 months. All right. Personal loan goes up to $50,000. All right. Line of credit goes up to $40,000.